Okay, so next match in the team battle, Ren is taking on RKO now. Um, I know your name isn't RKO or RKOS, but I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce whatever that is. Ren is using Revengers. Seishin happened, and Chakra can happen as well, so that unit's gonna be bound, never to be seen again. The damage was evened out, but there's Blaster Dark. Killing rear guards since, I don't even know when. Checks into a grade 1. Besides not to call any other rear guards, kind of a curious thing. And he was better for it if he wasn't going to call a booster, so. Attacking with Slash Dragon first in case Ren gets a trigger. And 11k 2 passes. Critical means that the 2 pass was a very good idea. Rides into Phantom Blaster Abyss and uses Stride. Grim Recruiter so he can recruit a grade 1 from the deck. If this is allowed to hit. RKO no guards. Heal trigger. Ren heals. Ren decides to get out a grade 1 and it's going to Soul Blast and draw. He actually could have called a Masquerade to the front row and then had it attack the Slash Dragon, but he wanted to draw, which in his situation is the better option. I am surprised though that he didn't put that behind the Vanguard. He probably has plans to put a unit in front of it, probably the 10k attack or grade 1 specifically. Ren seems content to take as little early damage as possible. He's letting his hand go down by doing this, but it's made up for by the fact that calls Drag Ruler, the Stride, not using its skill, just gonna attack with it. If he used the skill, he actually could have retired one of his Revengers. I don't know which one he'd probably choose. He would have been able to retire it in order to get another grade 1 out for deck thinning purposes, as well as it would also give that unit 3,000 power as well as the Vanguard itself 3,000 power. If he chose to use that to call something behind the Vanguard, it would have been really good for, later game tactics. I mean, not later game tactics. It would have been good for extra power as well as later game tactics, both in one. Because he does want a lot of Revengers on the field. As a matter of fact, I feel like calling both those Mac cards like he did was a little bit of a mistake. Because he is going up against brawlers and they're gonna wreck his they're gonna wreck his field. That's just what they do. Big Bang Knuckle Buster punches as many things in the face as possible. So we see Legion. We know he has a Big Bang Knuckle Dragon in hand, so he's more than likely gonna use that to get the 13k defense. And he gets to attack 4 units this turn. Probably going to attack every Revenger currently on the field. Ren can perfect guard a Mac card. In fact, I would say Ren should perfect guard a Mac card. And like I thought, he's going for every single Revenger on the field. And he's not guarding any of it. Gets criticaled. And draw trigger as well. Ren gets a heal, but his low damage strategy means that he's not healing that. Chakra has to hit because too much power. Likely gonna bind him a card or heal. Goes for the heal. Ren has 3 heals out of deck. One is never going back, and one is in the drop and one is in damage. Deciding not to retire any rear guards due to with Blaster Dark Revenger Abyss's skill. Oh wait, never mind. He just delayed it. And the fact that he called Phantom Blaster Abyss behind the Vanguard means he's using Legion skill. It's too bad Ren doesn't use the new grade 2, or at least I don't think he does. When you perform Legion, it gives your Vanguard the same skill as Phantom Blaster Diablo, meaning your opponent has to retire a rear guard, otherwise they can't guard your attack. I like Ren's idea, but I feel like he's going for the wrong target. 22k at the Vanguard thanks to 13k defense. No pass, just like that. Double trigger for Ren, very good. Unless RKO has a perfect guard, he might have made a mistake in guarding the way he did. And he does have a perfect guard. Does not have one in the damage though, so he does not get the unflip. The hand gain from that turn from the Vanguard attacking twice helped Ren tremendously in terms of being able to have defense for this turn. And he did pull out his last heal trigger and heal the damage, so he can afford to take a hit. All very good. So RKO is deciding to use Stride. He took a minute to think. He's striding into Conquest Dragon so that he can give his front row 10,000 power, 10,000 power boost. Ren perfect guards the Vanguard, but he's gonna have to contend with both rear attacks. And that's a 31k attack with 2 critical. And now they both have 2 critical. Ren has to take 1, so takes the first one, gets 2 criticals but not a heal. So, well, I think he only has 1 heal. I think he's out of heals at this point. He might have 1 left in deck, but that's game. Good job. I feel like Ren called too much onto his field too early. He should have saved him a card for later. But that's what happens. On to the next match.